you are just gallivanting towards the men in the house. They don't like you. Only you. You are saying all the men came closer to you first. You told them you don't want ship, and they shift to their second options. Hey, Onyeka, Onyeka of the Most High. Onyeka will be
Onyeka the
creating
snail.
things in her head. Onyeka will be creating things in her head. Onyeka is very delusional. Like, she believes in her dreams. Like, she can create, package things in her head and spill and think, oh, I've said the best thing in the world. I've not seen a girl like this before. Onyeka cannot have friends, female friends around her. Never. I can never call Onyeka as my friend, because whenever Onyeka is your friend, Onyeka will throw herself on your man. Onyeka will throw herself on your man. Immediately your man gives her attention, she will create things in her head and say that your man wants her because of her bomb. Like, hey, God, Almighty Onyeka. See, I've been saying it. You attract what you stand. So, as it is now, Onyeka fans are Onyeka. That's how they are in real life. Because I cannot see someone on television. You have to connect with the person, the person's character, how the person's behave, like her personality. So I urge all Onyeka fans that you are Onyeka. You see yourself in Onyeka. So please, I know you will defend her because that's who you are. The girls in Onyeka the ladies in Onyeka fan base, only they all sleep with their friends' boyfriends, because that's what Onyeka represents. That's what she represents. And it's the fact. Because you cannot be my friend. My boyfriend will talk to you. You create things in your head. Your boyfriend wants me, doesn't want you. It's me you want, because I know what I have behind me. Like, really, who told Onyeka that all men like big bomb bomb? Men who are getting married, they will marry flat bomb, then they will pick big bomb as a side chick. So big bomb people, now you have to package yourself well. We the flat buttocks, we are taking over. So big bomb people, stop deceiving yourself. It's even waist pain. Those big bomber is waist pain. You will be aging 35 to 40. You'll be feeling knee pain and waist pain all over your body. Slim girls are taking
Double
over. I
trouble is
beg.
okay now.
I beg.
It's not
Slim
okay,
girls
oh,
are
double
taking
trouble.
AK, please. I believe it's only fair that I go next
Guys,
because the
let
last two
the
speakers
speech
have
Double
finish. Don't
addressed
trouble.
me
It's not
continue.
directly.
okay. It's not
The
okay.
last two
She said
speakers
her
have
wedding
addressed
vows
me
are being
directly.
enticed.
EBT.
Okay, you know what?
I
My case is
I'm not
supposed to
done.
be
Wait.
next.
I'm not
Wait,
done.
wait,
I'm
double
AK, I'm
not
trouble,
going
done.
to
wait.
address him, so let him wait so that I can receive everything together. You do get.
Yeah, okay. Double trouble, please. 1 more minute. Then my cutie. Then darling. Everybody wants to attack you, between, so you have to go last. Then unusual girl. After unusual girl, then in between. Don't worry, you have enough time to speak. So double trouble, please round up. No, I'm
So
sorry.
as I was saying, okay. My final words to Onyeka fans. You see yourself in Onyeka. So you can defend every rubbish that Onyeka is doing, because you are Onyeka. And Onyeka is you. You attract what you stand. So you people, when you are defending, I know you are defending because that's who you are. You are not a girl's girl. Like, you feed on your body. Like, you create things in your head to make yourself happy. You people are very sad. You people find attention from men. You are insecure within yourself. You have no self-worth. You seek validation from men. So if I see you people like defending, I say, oh, you attract what you stand. So keep attracting what you stand. They will poison you people. You see, she said they poisoned her. How was she poisoned? Because of a man. Your
Hey, double
girlfriend will
trouble.
poison you.
Why?
The thing shocked me. It shocked me.
Mobi Kasa.
And you're
She
the
literally
kind.
said her
And you're
wedding
the
vows.
kind.
She said her wedding vows
And
today.
you're the kind. So
You
my
said
Ghanaian
what you
friend,
said.
sorry, she said she was poisoned. She was me to me she was poisoned because she wanted to take her girl's boyfriend. That's why the girl said, no, not on my watch, you have to go. That's
Yes.
why she was poisoned.
Yes.
So she should stop that act, else they will kill her. Oh. Hey, they will kill her.
Thank
She
And
you.
should
Thank you,
stop.
Double
AK,
Trouble. Thank you.
EBT.
I
My
Eh,
AK,
cutie.
hold on.
My
No,
so
cutie.
I'm
AK,
done.
hold on. I think it's only fair that we
Okay.
get EB to talk because it looks like we are piling on him. Like everybody
Why is
speaking.
he here? Why is
I'm
he
just
here at
gonna
That
all?
speak
Why is he here?
because before EBT goes, because I was
now,
cut off previously and I came back and allowed every other person to speak. So I'm gonna speak before it goes, unfortunately. Sorry.
Okay. My cutie. Okay, go. Then Ibitins will reply you people. Then Darling will go.
I think it's okay to stand someone, but still understand and acknowledge when there's a problem or where you think there are some flaws here and there. I think it's okay. And I think it's also okay, to come here. I don't think it's okay to come here and try to insult people's intelligence by comparing things that are not comparable. I don't understand the analogy between somebody saying my snail is not for eating and calling another person the person is slow. I mean, I don't understand this. If you say your snail is not for eating and you make a joke out of it and people say back to you, is that an insult? Is that a shade? It's not. They're just quoting you, obviously. What you say, they're saying it back to you. But if you go and throw insult to somebody and say, or you throw an annoying jab to somebody and say the person is slow, obviously you are saying that the person is not up to par. You're comparing the person to others and you say, you know what, you deliver behind. And that's not a nice thing. It's not a compliment. So obviously if somebody is offended about it, they have a right to be offended about it. So that's one. Secondly, the conversation. I do like Onyeka, by the way. I think that she's got a fighting and competitive spirit, and she really, really wants to win this money. That's something that I really do admire about her, and she's putting in the work to win the money. The only problem I have, or the only issue I have with her game plan, is the fact that she keeps cowering at the face of problems. And I don't think if you've got that kind of personality, you won't garner enough people behind you to be able to push you to the win that you require. And that's just the only problem I have with her. For the conversation she had with Wanni or about Wanni, of course, I don't think that friendship was genuine because you approached somebody, you guys had a discourse, and you approached the person and said, you know what, I heard that you've been saying this about me in relation to your man. The person said, no, it's my insecurity. I've got this issue. I've got this issue. I had a heartfelt conversation with you, talking about her past, how she grew up, what happened with her parents. And after that conversation, if you could do a round table discussion around the house to tell people that it was your bum bum that was the problem, after hearing that conversation, something is off about you. Something is not right. And if you are playing this game, that game was the game plan she came into the house with, or that strategy. It was an amazing one. Scatter all the ships, enter there, let camera be on you 24/7, sow seed of discord here and there, that's fine. Because at the end of the day, what you're trying to do is, make yourself the center of attraction. Tell people that everybody is onto you, everybody wants you, and that's okay. The only thing that I had a problem with that strategy was the fact that she kept trying to demean the girls that were involved in that ship, and that's what's not okay. And I'll give you examples. The first thing, when Nelly and Anita thought they had a genuine friendship with Onyeka and Chizoba, of course she's playing her game, and that's fine if the friendship is not genuine from your hand. And then they picked you. You told them to pick you when they get the opportunity to go to the head of house lounge. They picked you, and then at the end of the day, you went around saying, "Oh, they picked you because they were trying to limit your interactions with their men because they are insecure about your relationship with their men." From where to where? Play your game with the guys. Flex with them, enjoy the banter, make yourself the center of attraction, the one that is wanted. That's your game plan. Your game plan is not to keep demeaning the girls that are involved in that ship. That's not great. That's not good enough. Because at the end of the day, where does that get you? Because if your game plan is to try to be the center of attraction to garner enough people to come around you, you are counteracting that game plan by demeaning the girls in that ship, because people will be like, oh, no, 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 this person is two-faced at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, flex with them, enjoy your banters, enjoy everything you need to enjoy, but don't demean the girls involved. That's one. That was the first one she did. The second one she did was the table round matter. After having a conversation with you that this is stemming from my insecurities, I should probably not have a problem with your friendship, but I do. I do because of this and this and this. And then you went around the house, say, now my bum bum, every time they see this bum bum like this, they cry, they just say, from where to where? At the end of the day, from where to where? And then the third one was on Victoria. You literally assumed or said that this girl, when she saw the boy, she went to change skirt in a particular way to kind of enhance your game is ridiculous. When you can just flirt and be the center of attraction and do what you want to do, and people keep talking about you and you keep gaining fans without, receiving the other end of the stick. So at the end of the day, she had a good game plan. I'm going to say that. But at the end of the day, she went about it the wrong way. And the fact that every time she gets called out, she keeps cowering and saying, oh, this, oh, that, oh, this. Of course, the friendship between them, I don't think is genuine. So she can say whatever she likes about the twin girls or any other person in that house, because I don't think she's forming any genuine connections with any of the girls at the end of the day. And yes, it did occur to me when she spoke a lot about betrayal, because I try as much as possible to isolate the game in the house from who people are, but sometimes it's just very difficult to separate the two, especially when something is being done recurrently and in various ways and to different people. It starts to seem more like a pattern and it starts to look like this is who you are as a person. When she spoke about the betrayal thing from her female friends, and I'm like, I'm not sure how you would have a female friend if this is the way you also react on the outside, because I mean, your friends will not have peace of mind with you around their men at the end of the day. You have to be able to be. I mean, I'm very big on you being a girl's girl. I can't, I can't, I don't have time to be snooping or doing anything like that. So if I have a friend, I want to be comfortable enough to say, you know what, my friend is my friend. She's loyal to me. Nothing is going to happen. And if I catch that something is one of you, both of you can get the puppy. I probably not go towards it anyways at the end of the day. But I won't snoop. I don't have energies for all those kind of things. But if you're talking about constant betrayal from people, then you need to be introspecting and asking yourself, how am I contributing to this betrayal? Is there something, is it just the fact that all of them do hate me or dislike me? Or is there something I'm doing that is bringing this kind of energy my way? And that's the truth. And I'm not going to say that's who she is, because it's a game at the end of the day. And I'm trying to isolate a person from that game because this may just be a strategy for her, like her. But at the end of the day, in the process of playing your strategy, stop trying to demean the girls and portray them as insecure when you are the one who is insecure at the end of the day. So that's what it is.
Thank you, my cutie. Before darling goes, PB Tins.
Finally. Um,
Sha
Thank you
know
very much, AK.
wetin you
Thank
wan
you very
say.
much, guys. I would love it if you can control yourselves enough not to interrupt me this time around, as I did not interrupt you when you were speaking. Thank you very much. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to a concept called self-reflection. Because when we started this conversation, we did not uh, bring up boys, men, wanting male validation, wanting the attention of men, looking after other people's boyfriends, yada, yada, yada. You brought it up. You have a problem with that. You want your faves to be validated by these men. And at the end of the day, we will not allow you project that onto Onyeka or Onyeka fans. Tell me why a Wanni fan has the audacity and hmm, I can't even find a word, but the audacity to speak to me about insecurity. We've watched your fave for about 3 weeks now get embarrassed, demeaned, maltreated, and turned practically to a housemaid.
That one is okay
No, no,
than
no,
your
no. You don't get to
favourite that is
interrupt me. You do
insecure,
not get to interrupt me.
Oyekanka, than
Mm-mm.
your favourite that is insecure,
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
that is
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
worse,
Mm-mm.
desperate.
Can
We
you
are not
Everything.
please
doing
let him
this. We
finish?
are not
Because I'm
doing
waiting for him
this.
to
AK,
speak
you know you
out.
can mute, right?
We are not
AK, you
doing
know you can
this.
mute people, right?
Like I said earlier, I respected you enough. I was mute when you all spoke.
Respect yourself before you respect
Please
me.
kindly shut the
Respect
fuck up.
yourself.
Unusual girl, please. You're going to speak soon. Please don't interject him. This is the last time I'll say it.
AK, I'll need you to be a bit more organized because when about four people addressed me directly, I did not interrupt. Okay, thank you. Now, carrying on with this conversation, you have spent a lot of time projecting what your faves have been doing in the house onto Onyeka. We have watched Wanni be embarrassed by Shaun on a.
Embarrassed is okay. What about your fake? That is fake
Unusual,
dilution.
please. Like, let
As
me
in
finish,
everything
please.
about your favorite is fake.
AK, please do your job. Thank you.
Or you can speak.
Right. We have watched Wanni be embarrassed on a weekly basis by Shaun. She has refused to stand up. She has kept herself to be bruised and bruised and bruised and battered by that man. Do you see us dragging her? No. Why? Because we understand some people are simply insecure and they have a lot to deal with, and maybe sometime in the future they will become better people. But we've left her to her situation, and it is just what it is. But you, because it is very important for you, to you that your girl
Why
and
will you
Shaun.
drag her? Your fave is fake. That is it.
AK, please, can you do your job?
Unusual girl, I dropped you and I brought you back because I thought you'd be civil. If you talk again, I'll drop you and I'll not bring you back. Very simple. If it ends, you can continue.
Thank you very much, AK. So
If you
we know
like
that
drop
some
me, I
people are
don't care.
insecure.
I
They
said what
might
I said. Oyeka fans, you are useless. Bye.
they might get better in the future, and they might not. But that's left to them and their families to deal with. Example, Wanni. Now let's leave Wanni alone. Let's move to the other elephant in the room, Victoria and her fans. This is a simple matter to me, but clearly not to Victoria fans. And I know they have to hold on to this because nothing happens on that side of town. Onyeka made a wrong statement of saying that, oh, she believes Victoria went to change to skirts because of Ozzy, for which she has apologized. Onyeka, as it seems, does not have a problem with Victoria. But on the contrary, Victoria does seem to have a problem with Onyeka at the moment. We Onyeka fans and lovers of Onyeka, we do not hold on to it. We do not beef her for it. Why? Because quite frankly, I feel nothing about Victoria. I do not feel hate. I do not feel love. I do not feel anger, and I am not even irritated. She exists, and she's fine. Her fans, they must do better in creating their storylines. We will not let you project what your fave is onto Onyeka, because at the end of the day, you talk about Onyeka being man centered or whatever you want to say, but we've seen your faves do these things in the house. We've seen Victoria accused Onyeka of faking an illness for whatever reason she thought. When that happened, I came on the TL. I was expecting people to drag her in the same way they would have dragged Onyeka. What was I seeing on the TL? Ha ha ha! Victoria is coming out of her shell. We've seen Victoria insinuate that Onyeka does all the talking when she's with Ozzy. When that happened again, I came on the TL, and what did I see? Ha ha ha! Victoria is coming out of her shell. That's fine by me, quite frankly. I don't really care. We've seen this evening after the letter thing. We've seen Victoria go, Onyeka is in love again. There's nothing to be irritated by. Victoria exists, and that's fine. Moving on to the next situation. Someone on here joked about Onyeka getting poisoned, and I would like to ask you to please and please become a better person. Getting poisoned is not something to joke about. It's not something to use for BBN banter. And quite frankly, you should be embarrassed that that was what came to your mind, because neither I nor you know these people from anywhere. And I don't think it is reasonable to come on here and joke with that kind of topic.
So it's reasonable for you
Nope,
people
you
to
need to
say
shut up and
Andy
let
is
me
a drug
continue
addict. You
speaking.
cannot come here and
AK, please
gaslight
do your
me.
job.
You always use
AK,
what
please
the
do your
housemates will
job.
say to drag them.
AK,
So
please do
she
your
said she was
job.
poisoned. The same way you people too are saying
AK, please
Handy is
do
a
your
drug
job.
addict. So this I've dished it. You can
Can the
accept it
next
or
person
leave it. I
speak?
don't care.
We are waiting. They are
Double
fighting.
trouble.
Can we speak?
Double trouble, please, please. I'm begging, please.
I beg you should address. You shouldn't
EB,
gaslight me
EB,
because I said
since yeah, yeah, you get your time to speak, please. He let you speak, and it no interrupts. Yeah, EB, since there are other people that want to eat you raw, so please just try to round up, and we can come see you again. Double trouble. If you want to speak, please just raise your hand. So Darling will go next, then um reality hot takes again. So EB, since just round up.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Right. AK, I think you need to reconsider the way this thing is flowing, because these people keep interrupting me whilst I do not behave like that to them. And I think the next person to interrupt should be dropped. That's what I think. But whatever you decide is fine. um Wrapping up this topic, although I believe I should have enough time, because four people addressed me directly, and if four people address me, I will address four people. Right. Now, Onyeka and her fans owe you nothing. She owes you no, oh, I need Onyeka to come clean with her game. I need her to stand on her game. She does not owe you that. Neither do her fans. Onyeka will do what she wants in the house, and her fans will support what they like. We've seen you support Wanni through through her being embarrassed by London Boy. We've seen you support Wani through her being embarrassed by Ruthie. We've seen you support Wani even when she was the first to insinuate that Onyeka was after her man. Now, let me talk about the whole sneaky girl allegations that were being thrown here by some people. The real definition of a sneaky girl is someone you consider a friend who goes around accusing you of wanting her man. And then when the time comes to have the conversation, she begins to cry to you about her insecurities, her family history, and what have you. And then you take out time of your day to listen to her, only for her to continue feeling insecure and intimidated by you. Wani needs therapy. She needs to become a better person. I'm rooting for her to get there, and I hope she will get there. But she won't get there having fans like you who support her tomfoolery and who stand behind her foolishness. Thank you very much. Victoria fans, suck one.
Yeah, I think people can say a lot
See,
of things
Onyeka
without saying
fans,
any
you are
reasonable thing
saying
at
this
the
is
end of
not
the day.
funny.
Good
Exactly.
You are
night, guys.
supporting rubbish.
Exactly.
I need to
Exactly.
advise someone here.
Darling,
Oh.
darling, you can speak. Please, you guys, just let Darling speak. She has been listening. Darling, you can speak. Then reality hot takes.
Let reality speak, okay, after.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, darling. This is funny, but yeah, I would like to say that Onyeka, like someone had said, Onyeka of week one. I was rooting for her a lot because she seemed to have her head in the game. She had a great strategy. I was like, oh wow, this would be nice to see. This would be refreshing to see. However, Onyeka week three, all of a sudden, is more recovered than what she had said she was going to do in week one. Onyeka has exhibited characters of a pick me girl. We've seen it on the timeline. If you don't know what a pick me girl is, it's a girl who seeks male validation by insinuating that she's not like the other girls. Onyeka has said so many things about, oh, those ones, they want to be shaped. Oh, the guys want me because of my bomb. Oh, snail this and that. Now, the truth is, Onyeka realized that her game plan wasn't working. She wasn't getting any of the guys as she had anticipated. She leads with her body. I said this previously on this space. She leads with her body. And so she was so shocked that none of the guys wanted her despite having such a nice bum. I would acknowledge that. You have such a nice body, yet no guy they look you for house. In fact, some of the guys that you were throwing yourself at even went to look for fake bomb rather than your own original natural bomb. So Onyeka realized that nobody was coming for her. And so she said, you know what? Since I'm not gonna get these men, I'm gonna talk about their babes to them. And so she changed course and started speaking bad about the babes to the guys. That still did not work for her. Now, the Onyeka that I thought in week one was smart, if she had held on to that smartness, you would know when to re strategize. Onyeka did not know when to re strategize when her game plans stopped working for her. I wish she had done that because she wouldn't be trolled like this. The second thing I'd like to talk about here is Onyeka. It's okay for Victoria to have a problem with Onyeka now. Onyeka started it. Onyeka started talking about Victoria unwarranted. Onyeka would go to her to ask her questions about a man that Victoria had not even told her that she had anything with. Onyeka would make sly jokes about her. So if Victoria today dislikes Onyeka today, she's in her right to do so. The next thing I'll say is Onyeka is unfortunate that this guy, Ozzy, that Onyeka is writing love letters to, Onyeka is doing all kinds of things and showing all kinds of her pick-me character to, still will not send her that way. The guy is enjoying the attention. If he leaves her tomorrow, she has only soft pedaled with what she's doing with Victoria because he has given her small attention for 2 days. That's why she has soft pedaled. Tomorrow, if she sees that he moves to Victoria, which is not going to be unusual, he's going to move to Victoria again, and then she will continue the attack on Victoria. Onyeka, someone mentioned, oh, don't say poison. I'm embarrassed that you're saying poison. Girl, you had a speech to give, and all you spoke about in during that speech was people betraying you, people poisoning you. It's like that's your whole life story. Then you have to check yourself. It means that this is not just a game. It means that there's something fundamentally wrong with you. And that's why your life story surrounds people betraying you, people poisoning you, people doing this and that. Even her sister was right beside her, looking at her like, girl, don't start with this, your drama. Her sister the next day told Ozzy and in her presence that she cringed at Onyeka's speech. Who knows her better than her sister? Her sister has cringed not once, not twice. Her sister has called her out not once, not twice. Her sister warned her ahead of this thing with Ozzy. Her sister said he has a relationship outside. Respect his relationship. Yet, Onyeka has chosen to continue to be the pick-me girl. Yesterday or 2 days ago, Shaun was trying to caution Ozzy, saying that you were in compromising situations with Onyeka. If I were looking at from the outside, I would also think there's something going on between the both of you. Onyeka stood right there and couldn't even say a word. Sean used her to describe the compromising situation. She just looked. She didn't say a word. And then she went out to meet Ben saying, they're carrying this narrative. This narrative. That is an a great example of a pick me girl. Onyeka can continue with she's a great girl in terms of putting her all in tasks, putting her all in games. However, if she continues like this, she should be ready to face the consequences post show. I doubt she's going to win, but if she goes far, be ready to continue this post show, and her fans should be ready to support her, just like Fina. Fina is going through a lot post show, and her fans are still standing behind her. So, Onyx Stars, get ready to do that for Onyeka. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go with Double Trouble first, then Felsi. Please, if you want to speak, you have to raise your hand.
Sorry, AK.
Thank
At
you.
what point do I get to
Okay.
respond? Because they're all repeating the same thing. So,
Abeg
how many
rest
people would go
jare.
before me? Let me just know
Get
so I
point to
can
what? Abeg rest the
so I
job.
Please, can
can
I
do
talk?
something else.
Abeg
It's my
rest.
turn. Can
Talk
Okay.
I
about
talk?
something else.
Okay, can I
Double
talk?
Trouble will go first.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, darling, are you ready?
Sorry,
Okay,
just give us like the list of
I
I'm
people
think
going.
talking.
Chelsea wants to
Don't
speak,
talk.
so
It be
after Chelsea,
things.
I'll speak.
There's nothing for you
AK,
here.
So
AK,
let
can you
Chelsea
hear me?
go, then after her, I'll speak.
Can you hear me?
No, double trouble,
Okay,
please.
Double
We have
Trouble,
to speak
please
before you,
make it fast,
please.
please. Make it fast so that Felsi will go, then darling.
Don't
After
pressure me.
darling, if it ends,
Don't
you
pressure
go
me.
you talk again. Can you what
So,
do you say?
so AK, what's the name? Ibitins. Your fifth said by herself that she was poisoned. And I'm also telling you that she was poisoned because of her behavior. The way you people too are saying Handy is a drug addict, we accept it. So why are you shifting it? Didn't your faith said she was poisoned? Did I said it myself? She said it on national TV that she was poisoned. And I'm pointing out the reason why she was poisoned. She was poisoned because she has low self-esteem, and she seek validation from
Sorry,
men.
sorry, AK. I need
And
to correct something. Never on this space did I talk about Handy's drug issues. I would never stoop that low.
I'm not
I
talking
would never stoop that
your
low. And
fellow
Abeg
I
rest the
Onye
job.
please
We
do
stars,
not
talk about
associate
it.
your
that with
fellow
me. Thank
Onye
you.
stars,
Don't
We talk
associate
your
that with
about
fellow
me.
it.
Onye stars
If
have
you
been
do
saying
that,
it, and you
please don't
cannot tell me
associate it
what
with
to
me.
say.
What
Shame
You know
on
is the
you
you.
meaning of
cannot tell
that?
me what to say. I
Why
have
would I
my
be
own
on space
opinion.
talking about someone's drug issues because of BBN? Please be reasonable.
Yes, because of
You
BBN,
to be
Please
your
be
fellow
reasonable.
reasonable,
Onyetes are
guys.
doing it.
Abeg
Your
rest the
fellow
job.
camp are doing your fellow camp are doing it because BBN street is nasty, is dirty. We play dirty. If you come for my fave, my fave spoke about her life. You use it against her. Me too, I will use your fave's own against her. So you cannot
Yes.
tell me what to say. You cannot come on this space and tell me, Abigail, what to say. I will say whatever I want to say. If you don't understand, go and drink water. I'm saying, Onyeka was poisoned because of her behavior. You cannot be my friend and you will snitch on me, and I will just look at you. Do you know what I'm benefiting from that relationship for you to come and snatch it? I will do whatever I want to do. So you are saying Wani needs help. She needs therapy. Your girl Onyeka too needs it more because she has
She
low
even needs more
self-esteem.
than therapy, sef.
She's not confident in herself. She seeks validation from men. You are saying Shaun is embarrassing Wanni on national TV. What is the guys two doing to Onyeka? Are they not in the same bus? They are in the same bus. For Wanni, she's getting someone to kiss her, but Onyeka is struggling. She'll be going
And she
around. She
wants
wants
it.
someone to kiss her. The kitchen kiss. When Ozzy pulled her, why didn't she stop him? She was interested. She dragged her neck like giraffe to take the kiss. She told Shoach to
Yes,
spank me.
now.
The
As
guy
in,
spanked her hard.
can't
Hit
pick
one.
me,
Your girl too
girl.
is a liar. She can lie for Africa. That spanking. She was spanked really hard for her to scream. Ah, shoot. This spanking enter me. Oh. When Ebuka Kim spoke about that spanking, that girl was like she have not heard of that spanking before. The name went to Nelly. Nelly, I don't even remember. Maybe it will be at the pool party inside the pool. Maybe it will be at the Saturday. Hey, you stand this rubbish. You get map. You get the authority
As
to
in,
come here and say that. To come here and tell me that I'm standing rubbish. Me and you, who is standing rubbish? Me and you. Me and you, like you are standing shit.
shit.
You are standing shit for you to come here to speak that nonsense. You are standing shit. A girl who can lie for Africa. To even question that, when they go outside, they will see the video. She did not. Hey, I marveled. I marveled. You are really like Onyeka. Your friends should be afraid of you because you are a snake, a big one as that python. You will swallow your friends. You will swallow your friends. You have the audacity. Your girl. You have to gather money to take her to therapy when she comes out, and tell her that not every man needs big bomb. Her stiff bomb, that bomb stiff. When she's dancing, you no even see the bum bum shaking. You are here, and Tofa,
This
Tofa.
bubble
I
is
know, I
Steve.
know your girlfriend Anita is intimidated by me. I know what I have at my back. See the way Tofa was even looking at her. Tofa was saying in her head, "Is this one mad? Is this one okay?" Like, like you have this whole big bum bum. No man came to you and tell you that, Onyeka, I want to ship with you. You are here saying what? Your girl lacks self-esteem. Like, she's so insecure in herself. You are saying Wanni is insecure. So if I'm with someone and the person is behaving nonsense, I will not put him in place because someone will tell me that I'm insecure. If you are in a relationship and you not secure your relationship, be there. For me, I will secure my relationship. I will question my man. And if I think you are my friend, you are moving funny around my man, I can question you. She questioned Onyeka. Onyeka turned into media rounds in the house. What are you trying to say? You cannot come here and say that someone need help. Your faith too need help. Everybody in that house needs help. So don't come here and gaslight anybody here. Your girl is a liar, like chief liar, president of liners. Hey, Onyeka can lie. You beg a man to spank you. When they just came outside, you are behaving like you've not even heard it before. That spanking that was loud with her stone nyash. That nyash that is stiff like stone. That spank was really heavy. You can hear it from outside your house. I was even outside. I heard that spanking. You are coming to tell me that Onyeka is this. If you want to play game, just come clear. Just tell Wanni, I don't like you. Wanni will not beat you. Wanni will not kill you. But to be backbiting, you go to diary session, you will say every unprintable names about them. Like, really? Please. It's a game, fine. You have to think of outside too. You will play the game inside. When you come outside, you have to think of the relationship you will build outside. Those relationships will attract you to brands to sign you. If you are in a reality show, it's not all about game. Make connections. Connections too also help. You will come outside, you will not be in the house forever. I beg. You should use common sense on this street. You will not be in the house forever. You come outside. You have to align with some people that will attract you to brand. Some people have connections that will attract you. I beg. Don't come here and be saying things. Don't come here and be saying things. I'm done.
Chelsea.
Hi, God. Okay, so first thing first, I'm going to say again that I don't care for Nika. And I always start with that because I try to be as objective as I can on video. I know that some people think that to be notable on video you have to be vile and you have to indulge in dragging all the nonsense. I've blocked a couple of imbeciles because it's not even about who I think I am. It's just a matter of respect. Like, I try my best. And so I would like to categorically say that I do not subscribe to the whole poison comment because it is sensitive. I don't, we all know the premise on which she was poisoned or whatever happened. So that assumption that it was because of a man or what, I mean, yeah, we can drag and do, I don't even want to do a drag because we can have conversations and people will understand and do the whole thing. But let's get to like matters in the house and stuff like that. So that's one. And then two, again, I don't care with Nika. But I can still be objective and say that in as much I had part to play in the whole cozy situation with her, he also had part to play as well. I mean, they both let each other on. You could, I mean, I don't know what we were trying to lie to each other about, but you could tell that, there was something that we all saw the shed peck. It wasn't really a kiss, but it was a peck on the lips, So yeah, I mean, they both had the particular. Now, Evie, I don't mind a civil banter, like, civil question and answer thing, but I hope you can understand people. You said something which was very right. I agree with. When you doesn't owe anybody his strategy to say everything, fair enough. But do you also understand that based on that strategy, people speak of what you do in the house? Because if you're presenting yourself as a gamer, right? And that's why I said, people say, why can't they address people? Why can't she go to their face and talk? Okay, fine. Let's just say that her strategy was, I'm going to be. And let me start off by saying that she over sexualized herself from the beginning of the show. In fact, that is what a lot of people. That is what and among those people, because she was starting my top five, like people that I like from the beginning. I always have few names that I like before I fully decide to use one or two, depending on what I'm doing. But I got to take off with over sexualizing of herself because some people on this street have called me a feminist. Like before that, yes, I may speak equal, equality between genders and everything, but I try to speak with genders. If something is wrong, and I think that we should speak about the same thing, I talk about it, right? So my problem with this in her instance was you are perceived the way themselves. I know that, so there's so many people who are in other fan bases, like totally different from fan bases that I'm in, and we're very cordial, extremely cordial. And it's all because of the way I presented myself, which is like especially on Twitter. You would rarely find me indulging that type drugs. I would actually prefer to have this conversation where we can talk about things, or even agree to disagree. I state my own stage, or move on, right? So the way she presented herself to the housemates, especially the male gender, she over sexualized herself, and they began to see her in the light. Which is why I don't think that no comment was like a strong point for you to have brought out to say, well, they call her Snail. The problem is she started calling herself Snail, like she started associating herself with the Snail comment. So it made it easier for people because I remember saying that how can I even defend and talk to men and say that people want to this girl when she is doing that, she's doing that to herself in the show, like in the house, and literally don't irk me because there's so much more to that. She could have been funny, she could have been the body, she had potential to be a good, I mean, she still has potential to be like in the task and games and everything. So I thought there was more to her. So my question was, why do you feel the need to sexualize yourself this much, right? Now, if she had complained immediately, let's even say that was I remember that big body tried to get her to see some of the what can I use, sorry, to see some of the way she was presenting, he'll just predominantly was not just, I don't think she was offended as there's no comment, right? So in that instance, if she had finally come to the conclusion that what, people are not beginning to see me for me, they're beginning to align with the comments I made about, and at that point she made comments that made me realize she knew she had overly sexualized herself in the house, because she said she knew whatever was acting towards her, there was no comments and stuff. I think she decided to tone down a bit. In her decision to tone down a bit, she had told the house or whoever that guys, don't know really for me, what you want to say, right? And then I'd gone ahead to say that to her, then I would have a problem with like that. I would agree with what she said. I had a problem with Victoria calling her same, right? But in the same vein, I don't think Victoria has complained to her about not liking because slow. I think she's complained to Ben, because I think she said Ben, so she has complained. I don't like it to be called slow. I don't like that reputation. I don't want to be aligned with that. And so you have to respect it. But she said she doesn't want that comment. Another point is, which I think was cute, you said it for someone, I think, was of course, how many people towards you. And I keep saying this, I get it's a strategy. But if we want to give the title of being the strategic titan that you want to say she is, she shouldn't have then gone to Wanni, who was in the ship, to say that, like to tell that, oh, my plate is bridge to the house. Knowing very well that he's in the ship. And I wasn't even shocked when he decided to take another look at her also, step off it, which was someone said their friendship has wavered current. I don't even blame mine. Because they're in a ship and you're my friend. And you can't tell me that, oh, your gameplay is to bridges. What is the possibility that you're not going to do the same to me? Especially after I complained about how the closeness between you and my better half made me feel. So in my head, I was like, wait, is this what trying to break up what I have? Is that something I have to be careful of it? I have to be mindful of it. So I can't even blame money so much in trying to stay away from it. And which also goes to say that, like, to Patrick's point, she doesn't owe any explanation to strategy. People are feel salty about it. Because how do you say, oh, these babes just because they don't want to be close to them? When the ladies in question, they don't have a problem with you, with your man, because obviously have friendship, right? And obviously you can't equate friendship to, is a sexual relationship, you have to call it that, whatever thing that it is, because they're all ships. So, and again, Double Trouble with all her Double had also mentioned about the comment he passed when Papa was trying to say, my brother has a problem with you. Surely that's quite sure because I mean it forced me I worried my whatever what I had I know it, not the So now it makes people wonder who are okay. So in this instance, it makes people wonder who are you? Like if you want to play that game, having the you can do that. But when you go back and talk bad about people that you're with, what is your end game? Is it that you want to be, break up ships and friendships and whatever? Like, what are you doing? Right? So people feel so about it. If you allow yourself to look at that perspective as well. It's okay, she can do what she wants to do, but don't speak on other parties who are totally blindsided to the whole thing. Like it's messy. I don't know if you understand how people are seeing it. It becomes extremely messy, and so it makes people talk about here in their light, which is questionable. This is really. I'm sorry, I give you guys my mic.
Yeah, Darling, are
Sorry, let
Darling.
me speak.
Okay, Citizens, you can speak. Finally, I'm back again, guys, and good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. I will spend most of my time also responding to Chelsea because I think we just did some of the things that were said before. And in my view, she had a more coherent way of explaining things. So I would dwell more on the things she said. First of all, we need need to learn.
Sorry, I wanted someone else, but if he's gonna speak, then I'm gonna speak. Because I didn't know he was the one gonna speak.
Nah, come on, you don't get to do this.
No, you spoke.
You
I
do
thought
not
someone
get to
else was
do
speaking.
this. AK, please do
AK
your
cannot
job.
speak. You have spoken. I have the right to speak.
AK, please do your job.
I'm
Darling, darling, why do you keep passing the mic when you're like not ready? You speak after Ibitins. After Ibitins, you speak. Then Penny Gold. Yeah, you can go on.
Thank you, AK. Darling, please allow me to speak. I wouldn't interrupt you if you're speaking. Let's keep it cordial in that way. Thank you. Um, so I was saying, I think we have to do a better job knowing the things we say, why we say them, and what they actually mean. A narrative that has been flogged on this TL by maybe some well-meaning people and some not so well-meaning people. Some, quite frankly, don't even know what they're talking about. Is the concept of girls, girl, and pick me and those things. I am not in any position to call myself a feminist. As you can hear my voice, I am a man. I do my best not to dabble in women's matters, but as it pertains this issue, I will speak. Um, when it comes to the conversation of being a pick me, the greatest example and depiction of a pick me that we have seen on this season of Big Brother Nigeria, No Lose Guard, was demonstrated by a certain Wanni when on day two she was auditioning for Shaun and explaining that, oh, my love language is when I love someone, I will cook, I will clean, I will wash, yada 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 yada. That is what we have seen her do in the house. She has been picked by Shaun and she has refused to learn. And she will continue to live in that situation. That is by the by. Let's go to the topic of girls, girl. I think that the issue is that a narrative was formed within the first week when, as Chelsea said, and I think rightfully so, because I do my best to be objective, Onyeka did over sexualize herself in the first week. I would agree. But I think she learned to tone it down and has done a great job toning it down so far. If you do not agree, then I think you're simply being dishonest. But in that first week, a lot of you formed a narrative on the TL and just decided to ride with it. And there's no problem. That's how BBN Twitter is, and that's how fan bases move. But if we are to talk about the narrative of girls, girl, the only person who has demonstrated any attribute of a girl's girl in that house is again Onyeka. Why do I say this? Because in my understanding, a girl's girl is someone who is able to understand the troubles of their fellow women and assist, particularly in relation to their partner and their significant other. Now, look at it this way. Onyeka has been close to Shaun, or would I say had been close to Shaun since the very beginning of the game. Shaun and Wanni had issues. If Onyeka really wanted to dabble into these things you people keep accusing her of, which to be honest does not put you in a very good light, it makes some of you look ridiculous. Uh, then she had prime opportunity to do that with that situation. But what did the beautiful, lovely, smart Onyeka do? She chipped in 100 of good words for Wanni and kept explaining to Shaun how he had to learn to be patient with her and that even in many situations she's not necessarily coming from a bad place and he has to learn to love her the way she needs to be loved. This is what a girl's girl would do, and that was what the lovely, beautiful Onyeka did. Any other retelling of that situation is a lie, and you should re examine the things you say and why you say them. The next example was Onyeka being accused by someone she considered a friend at that point in time of pursuing her man. This again is Wanni. And when this happened, I tried to put myself in that situation and I said, if a guy that I'm quite close to accuses me of trying to steal his babe, I'll be very livid. Quite frankly, I'll be fuming, and I would not even be in the mood to listen to you explain to me how, oh, sorry, it is based on your trauma, it is based on this, it is based on that. But what did the beautiful, lovely Onyeka do? She took out about an hour, 30 minutes of her day to listen to Wanni yap and yap about her trauma. Now, at the end of the day, this is one of the reasons we love and support Onyeka. She took out time of her day to listen to Wanni talk about the problems that could have caused said allegations and whatnot. And from that moment, Onyeka decided to step back. Now, when you also ask that, oh, why did she go and do roundtable discussion with people in the house about it? You have to again be honest with yourself and ask yourselves, who were the people she spoke to about this matter? She spoke to Chizoba, who was already um, informed by Wanni and then came to ask. Mind you, Chizoba is her sister. She spoke to Shaun, who is the third party in question in the matter, who was already involved and, for better or for worse, is her friend in the house. She spoke to who else? Who else did she speak to about this matter? I'm trying to remember just for the sake of honesty, but I can't remember anybody else for now. If you remember, feel free to chip it in when you're speaking. And so we have to learn the true meaning of the things we say, and we have to say things that make sense. Don't just join bandwagon for the sake of joining bandwagon. Don't say Onyeka is not a girl's girl just for the sake of saying Onyeka is not a girl's girl. Now let's move to the Nelly Anita example. Now, Nelly and Anita, Onyeka had a budding friendship with Suj and Tofa in the early days of the game. Onyeka had a budding friendship with Suj and Tofa in the early days of the game. And when this was happening, you are not in the house with them. You do not know the conversations they had. You do not know the things that happened. But one thing we do know happened was that Anita said to Tofa that I don't think you're serious because I see the way you play with Onyeka. That I see the way you play with Onyeka. Now, put yourself in Onyeka's shoes. You're in the house. This is something you've probably experienced outside. You're in the house. You've had that little diddly daddly here with the Anita talk. You've had someone you consider a friend go in that direction with you in the case of Wanni. Would you not be well within your rights to look around and say, oh, I think some of these ladies might be looking at me a certain way? That's that's the girls girl question addressed in my opinion, and I think it's left to you to do better regarding that. Now let's move to the next the second part of this conversation, which I believe is even more important as it pertains to the way we discuss male female relationships as Nigerians, and let me say maybe Africans at large, because I think from the voices I hear there are Ghanaians here. Um we give men way too much grace, and I am a man and I will say it and I will keep saying it. Why do I say so? When you talk about boundaries in the house, everybody wants to say Onyeka does not have boundaries, Onyeka does not have boundaries, Onyeka does not have boundaries. The burden of boundaries will not, cannot, and should not be on the single person. The burden of boundaries should be on the person in the relationship. If Onyeka said to Suj, spank me, and Suj went ahead to spank her, Suj is the only person who has done something wrong, because Suj is in a relationship with Nelly. Onyeka is not in a relationship with Nelly. She is a single lady in the house, and I have never seen a whisper turn to a gun. So if she did say to Suj, spank me, Suj was well within his rights to say, ah, come on, Onyeka, stop joking, and move on with his life. But what did he do? He spanked her. And now we're on this space. And to be honest with you, it's disappointing that it's ladies that are somersaulting to place it all on Onyeka and say, ah, why was she telling Such to spank her? Was it a gun she used to tell Such to spank her? Again, with the Aussie situation, Chelsea was right. Would be very wrong and, quite frankly, delusional to act like what happened between them was not mutual. They were both heading towards a direction. They were flirting heavily with each other. And whatever the case may be, it was mutual. Now, again, back to the problem of burden and boundaries and, clear demarcations. Ozzy is the one with a situation outside. The responsibility of marking those lines rests upon the shoulders of Ozumba Mbadiwe. The clear answer to this question between Ozzy and Onyeka is to look at Ozzy and ask yourself, why is nobody accusing Ozzy of the things that Ozzy is being accused of? Despite being very close to Chizoba, it is simply because he is a man who understands the importance of boundaries and does not cross lines that do not need to be crossed. Ozzy is a bit different in that he gets, a little bit more confused with his boundaries. And Biggie said to him clean and clear that Ozzy has his boundaries set in stone. You have your boundaries set in sand. So the burden of boundaries, again, is on the person in a relationship. And the reason I said we give guys way too much grace is because the ladies, on the other hand, have not moved in this way. Nelly, as soon as she got into a shape, stopped dancing anyhow on the floor. For me, it doesn't make sense because you people have not proposed marriage to each other. But because in Nigerian culture, growing up, we teach ladies that it is your job to keep your relationship, it is your job to keep your marriage or whatever. She took it upon herself to relegate herself to standing in a corner in the party. Suj had to be forced and coerced into adopting the same pattern. Wanni also decided to dull herself because she was in a shape, and so we need to learn that the things we say and the things we express should tally with what with should tally with real life. Okay, you can't come and say a person that is single should be the one to set boundaries. How does that make sense? Boundaries should be set by the person in the relationship. And regarding the triangle matter, I hate addressing this matter because, you know, to me, it was just one of those things. The only point where Onyeka was wrong in that triangle matter was where she went to speak to Victoria. That I admit, because again, I will not lose my objectivity and sense over BBN. Do you know what I mean? So that I admit. However, she has apologized, she has moved on. Why are we doing it song and dance about it anymore? Why are we somersaulting about it anymore? And lastly, why is it so important for you people that, oh, the men don't like her, the men don't blah blah blah? Why is the male gaze so important to you? Why is it so important that men must like her? Almost like you're the pick me's yourself. Mm, mm. Almost like you're the ones who hold male validation in an extremely high esteem. I think at this point in the conversation, you need to take a mirror, look at yourself, ask yourself, why do I say the things I say? Why do I do the things I do? And why do I think the way I think? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ibitins. Darling, are you ready now? Darling, darling, are you ready? Okay, blessed.
Okay, I just want to say a quick one because I'm feeling the need to sleep people. First of all, most men don't really like women that say, "This is what I want and go for it." And that's not pick me. Because a pick me will always want the man to validate her. She will always agree with the man. And that's not what Wanni is doing. Wanni was, "This is what I want," and she went for it. So it's not a pick me. Now, why people say Onyeka is a pick me is that she always wants to validate herself when it comes to OT. After everything you said, you still went to apologize to OC. Everything OC says, you don't argue, you say it's okay. Is that not a pick me? That's a pick me. Now you're talking about boundaries. I agree with you. The guys need to have a boundary, but there's what is called the girls' code. These girls, before we should start talking about these girls, before Wani said complaining about her stuff with this, she has already said complaining about these girls and Melly and Anita. Remember, she said they took her because they didn't want her to go near the guys.
Sorry, AK.